All right, welcome to 13 Not Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing It Chapter 2, 2019. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible without making a 20-minute review, so I'm just going to stick to the points. And probably going to say more about what I don't like about the film than what I do like about the film. If you have not seen this film, you may want to turn it off because I'm probably going to spoil a little bit. 27 years later, after the first encounter with the terrifying Pennywise, the Losers Club have grown up and moved away until a devastating phone call brings them back. You know the story. Some kid dies, usually, and they bring him back. This film starts off, well, what's going 2 hours, 49 minutes long, $37,400,000 budget. Directed by Andy, I'm going to call him MUSCHIETTI because it sounds cooler than what his real name is. And I think he directed Mama. I hated that film. Bill Hader kind of stole the show. As far as acting, all the other acting was fine. It was great. Cinematography was fine. Don't want to talk about cinematography, $37 million budget. I got cussed out for that one time because I didn't want to talk about it, but I don't feel the need in it. Film starts off with a gay bullying kill. Like the white trash people bully the gay kids and throw one of them off a bridge, and Pennywise bites him. And it was very underwhelming compared to the first two films' kills. You had Georgie and you had the little girl on the tricycle in 1990. 1990, it was 30 years in the 1990 films, 27 years later, and no, it's 27 years later in this one, 30 in the first film. Don't know why they changed. Must have been because of the book. Don't tell me about the book because I didn't read the book because I don't like Stephen King books. I only read Running Man. That's the only one I ever read from him. So if I say I don't like something in here and I say I don't know why they did it, and you tell me it's the book, you know, they could have changed it. It don't mean just because the shit in the book's shitty, don't mean they got to make the movie shitty. So Stephen King can suck it up and let him make the movie better than his fucking book. All right. The first kill in the film I thought was very underwhelming. I don't know why they did that shit. Speaking of, like, when he called him, I don't know how he got the phone numbers. 27 years, I ain't seen these people. They got the same phone numbers, or I don't know, there's some way of getting people's numbers that are famous that they went on to be pretty successful. You think it'd be kind of hard to get their numbers. But there were some scenes I did like in the film, like as far as kill wise. Like I said, the first one I really didn't care much for. The fair scene. I feel like they didn't utilize the fair very well, the festival. You had Pennywise, a clown, in the fairgrounds, and you didn't really use him very well. They used him in the fun house, had a very cool kill in there. So that was my best kill of the night of the film, even though they did it about 4 times in the film. And this film, first, it felt so repetitive. But I guess because you already seen part 1, so most of the stuff is repetitive and going back and doing flashbacks, and you're seeing a lot of the same stuff. So part of it got kind of boring to me because when they get to town, they don't remember everything. Georgie, he don't even remember Georgie. Bill don't even remember Georgie until about halfway through the film. So that was kind of weird. And when they get there, they still don't remember everything. Now, they remembered everything just about in 1990 film from the phone call, as soon as they got the phone call. This one, it took them a little while. So Mike sends them out on some kind of journey. Y'all got to go, we got to separate. Y'all got to go on your own journey and find a little trinket from your past that will tie all this together or something. Like the girl, you seen it in the trailer. She goes back to her old house. There's an old lady living there, and she goes and finds the card. That's her little trinket. And speaking of that scene, it was a lot cooler in the preview than it was in the movie. In the movie, she turns into some kind of big old lady looking thing. And I thought it would have been a lot creepier if she would have just stayed the regular old lady renting at you. But it changed it. So they find all these trinkets. And Mike's found out that these Indians fought it a long time ago. And we got down, do the same shit that they did, that they got killed during. And they failed at, but we're going to pass it. You got to find these trinkets. We got to burn them in this thing. Just like in Pirates of the Caribbean. The one where they have to put all their little trinkets in all the captains or whatever in the hat and burn them to release whatever the fuck that woman's name is. I don't know. Y'all have seen Pirates of the Caribbean. But I didn't like the monsters in this film, like the Pennywise turned into, because they were just big and animated looking, like cartoonish, and it didn't come off as scary. They did it a little bit in chapter 1, but they just wasn't like blown out of proportion, huge or nothing, like to the point it just didn't look scary no more. It just looked like a cartoon. Another cool scene I like that reminded me of the part where he was on the TV in the first one was during one of Richie's, when he's off by himself doing his own little journey, and he sees Pennywise on the Paul Bunyan thing, and Paul Bunyan he turned into Paul Bunyan, which was kind of stupid. But it shows like everybody kind of stopped and they're all like swaying back and forth. So it's like Pennywise had control all of them. That was a creepy little scene. They advertised in this film the bloodiest scene ever. No, it's not the bloodiest scene ever. You feel the thing full of blood and the woman like had to swim in it. That shouldn't count at all. Like that shouldn't count over Dead Alive. Shouldn't count over Evil Dead 2013. So no, I don't believe you had the bloodiest scene ever. The shit that he turned into, like I said, the Paul Bunyan, the cartoonish looking characters. I was trying to figure out a film that was kind of like that, and the only one I come up with is Evil Dead. Evil Dead get away with that shit because they had Sam Raimi. Evil Dead get away with that shit because they had Bruce Campbell. Y'all can't get away with it. It just didn't work out. This is a horror. Most of the time you're laughing through this film, and the jokes sometimes didn't even come off as funny, come off as weird and awkward because they're in a real life scary situation and they're making jokes. Especially the one that plays Eddie. What is his name? James Ransom's character. Didn't like him at all in the film because he was very awkward and his jokes was at the wrong time almost or something. It was just very fucking strange. There was a lack of iconic scenes in this movie. You'll Float too, all that stuff. Nothing in this film about that stuff. The Georgie scene. The first time you seen the teeth and you bit somebody. But they repeated it so many times in this film that not one scene in this film was like seemed iconic. Like there was not going to be an iconic scene in this movie. I said it's just dull and repetitive after part one. And the stopping and staring. Remember when Georgie, when he killed Georgie, he stopped for a minute and then went after him. They did that shit like 3 times in this one. I was like, damn, that's getting old because they're just dragging the kill out that much longer. I'm getting tired of seeing fucking Pennywise slobbering all over his fucking self. There was at one point in this movie, I about fell fucking asleep. And that ain't no joke. About the 2-hour mark, I was getting bored as fuck of the movie because they dragged it out for so fucking long. But like I said, the film's not a bad film. I'm still not saying it's a bad film, but there's a lot I didn't like about it. A lot more I didn't like about it than what I did like about it, but it's still going to be one of the top films of the year because it's been a shitty fucking year. Bowers in the film. I was hoping they would make him a little more badass after he'd been locked up for so long because he was pretty badass in chapter 1 where he's carving on the kid's stomach and he killed his dad, and so I was hoping he'd be a little more badass. He's a little not as badass. But I mean, I don't remember him being that badass in the 1990 one either. The zombies were a little cooler, I guess, in this one. So, but the zombies in part 1 was a lot creepier. These were more like kind of funny almost, especially the one that's riding around with Bowers the whole time. But it's like they doubled down on it. Now in the first one, they did have the cartoonish looking shit, sorta, especially with the Jewish kid stuff when he was scared of the painting thing. That was kind of cartoonish to me. But the other ones, like the kid running around with his head off, that was kind of creepy. Even the germ looking dude was kind of creepy. But it's like they doubled down on the cartoonish looking shit in this one. Like, let's make it more cartoonish. And I didn't like it at all. It just didn't come off scary at all. And it just didn't work for me. Now, they get them down there to the bowels of whatever. We get to the ending, right? And in this movie, Bill's character, the character Bill in this movie, he's a horror movie writer. And they keep alluding to his books and saying he doesn't know how to end a movie. Well, that's kind of a shot at the 1991 because everybody hated the movie, hated the ending. I took it as a shot. at that one, but they kept, dude, they wore it out through the movie, because it's like every 5 minutes somebody's like, yeah, you still don't know how to end a movie. You figured out how to end a movie yet? And Stephen King even makes an appearance in this. I don't think he's done that in a while. But now we get to the end. Yes, we're down in the fucking thing. We're gonna get a different ending, not the giant space spider thing. So I'm hoping. So I get down there. We get down there. We're doing the Indian ritual that the Indians failed at, and I don't know how the Indians found out how to do this shit. They got the fucking bucket with the thing, and they're doing the stupid chant that can't remember what it was, but it was dumb as shit. They're standing around this thing chanting, and the ceiling opens up, and it looks like a giant pussy, and some balls fall out of it, which are the deadlights. Look like a giant, I swear it looked like a giant pussy opening up, and some damn anal beads falling out, which ended up being the deadlights. And the deadlights go into the bucket, and you think it's like, that's it? No, it's not it. And a big red balloon pops out, and they blows them all backward. So, waiting to see what we got. I was like, all right, no giant space spider. Let's end it different. And we get the Scorpion King. The fucking goddamn Scorpion King. From The Mummy Returns, when the Rock was half scorpion and half the Rock. And that's what we got in this motherfucker. So you got Pennywise, half fucking damn spider. That was very, it was I guess it's cool in the fact that he could talk back, so he had a little banter with him and stuff. I don't understand why he toyed with him for so long, or even waited for him to get down there. He proved throughout the film that he can kill people at will. And so I don't understand what the fucking thing was about that. Why we damn fuck with him for so long. But I'm gonna have to talk about how they kill him. Like in the first one, I'm not gonna complain about the first one as much anymore, because in the first one you got the spider, and they go after the spider after hitting him with the fucking silver piece, and go after him, and then fucking like attack the spider and then rip his fucking heart out while he's still a fucking spider. And this one, they can't figure it out. Then they figure it out. I don't forget how, but they got to make him smaller or something. But how they do it is name calling. No, yes, you heard that right. Call him names. Call him names. Bully him. Not fight him. Nothing like that. Magic. No. You call him, you fucking clown. Get mad at him. Call him names. That's how we fight nowadays. That's how we fight. No, that's not how it works. You call motherfuckers names, you're probably getting your ass kicked. That would have been way more badass if Pennywise would have said, What, motherfucker? Yo, that's some bitch shit. And then fucking killed him just for calling him names. But no, Pennywise fucking melts like a goddamn witch and fucking Wizard of Oz. Like he just got poured water on him. He started, I'm the fucking this. No, you're a fucking clown. You fucking clown. So he starts shrinking down in this fucking like pitiful ass little fucking thing. And it's like, the fuck is that? So you get the space alien spider thing again, and he turns into this little fucking dude, and it looks all pitiful and sad and stuff, which was fucking weird. And that's how you kill Pennywise by calling him names. That's sad. That's sad as fuck, man. Here you get your ass whipped. Probably you call somebody names like, yeah, yelling at him. You're going to get a fight anyway. No, Pennywise is a little different. He gets fucking melted. But when Pennywise was Pennywise, he seemed like, I like that. He's a little less menacing when it comes to fighting adults than he is the little kids. So he don't seem as badass. The blood scene was very weird. It's like Pennywise had to put each one of them through a fucking test. I don't know what the fuck the test is for. Like they got to pass a fucking test and escape out, and then you get to fight the giant spider Pennywise Scorpion King looking damn thing. Yeah, looks stupid. I mean, like I said, the comedy in this was just it was just too much comedy too. It was way too much comedy. It's way too long. About 2 hours should have been the max on this film. 2 hours and 49 minutes. I was so ready to get out there. If somebody called me tomorrow and said, dude, I got another ticket, I want you to go with me, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm not sitting through that again. Not in the theater. I'll probably buy it. Maybe there's a director's cut and some extra scenes on it. I will definitely buy it. And it's probably one of the top films of the year. Go see it. I don't know if I go to the theater though, because man, that shit was rough trying to make it through that damn thing. I had a hard time. I ain't gonna lie. Some people liked it though, so some people saying it's fucking awesome, but you know, everybody's different. So I'll probably get called a jerk again for this one. Name calling. Fucking call people names. You ain't gonna make me shrink like that though. That's about all I got for y'all on this one though. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoy it. I mean, I think it's a good film. It just dragged out way too fucking long in it. I don't know. I think they need to change some stuff. Stephen King needs to let up on the "you can't change my book." I think after Stanley Kubrick did it and changed The Shining, they made it better than what Stephen King did. Stephen King ain't letting nobody do that no more. So until he does that, man, the movies can't be made better. So I don't know. But anyway, that's about all I got for you. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Y'all come back and hang again sometime.